Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Tim Aslan here with another crypto update. Hope you all have been well. It's late right now, so no face cam today. I just wanted to get this out quickly. Uh, First of all, if you're not in the free Telegram, you're missing out. We've been destroying this range. I called this bottom, this top, and this bottom right here, and this top right here, and it's been amazing. Um, I don't post explicit single signals in there yet, but I am considering it. So join now while I have it for free. And then as soon as I post signals, you'll be in there already. So definitely join below. Um, and follow on Twitter as well for, you know, the latest TA updates. It takes a little bit more time to make a YouTube video, so I always post my chart updates on X and Telegram. So make sure to get in there while you can. Let's go in quickly. So let's just digest what happened between last video and now. In last video, I mentioned that we are looking for, um, you know, we're looking for this range to break. We were in this range and said, okay, we're either going to come up here and we take a short up here, or we come and sweep all these lows. I mean, look how many just like wicks that haven't been tested. We just one shot at that, like literally just took all of that liquidity. And this actually was a TR pocket as well from this low to this high. Really, really nice. Provided a great entry. So I took a long off of this low, and you can see the first big resistance was that yearly open level, had some issues there. Um, Went above it, retested it, went higher, went lower, went below it. I mean, just really crazy, just volatile price action that actually yielded some nice trades. Like one example of a nice trade was you swept this liquidity, right? This really important liquidity area. And I'm just showing you this for education purposes for the recap. Now we broke structure, right? We're clearly breaking structure, going up. So then you take your golden pocket tool from this low, put it at this high, boom, 618, enter, take profit at that high. And then you could have even double dipped, which is what I did, where we swept this liquidity low right here, broke this structure, came up, and then another retrace, and the golden pocket matched the yearly open perfect. Like, look at that retest. So I added to my position here, and then full TP at these highs. You can see that this is a liquidity zone right there. And from there, we came down and bounced off the yearly open again. At this point, I posted that there were some crazy um, market buys, right? We had a big CVD bearish divergence. So I shorted this high right here, came down, we crushed all these longs. And then down here on the Telegram, I said, okay, now we crush these guys that were longing. I think we're ready to go up. And boom, we went up. Now we're trading above this range. And you can see we retested that range right here. And now we're just chopping around sideways. So tomorrow, or it might be today if you're watching this, depends when you're watching this, but we have the FOMC meeting where interest rates will be potentially cut or unchanged. Whether or not they're cut or unchanged does not matter to me whatsoever. I'm just trading the price action, and the charts always come before the news. So what I'm looking for here is upside. You can see my arrow right here. I'm still looking for upside. I'll tell you the resistance points, and then I'll tell you my short points, okay? So first resistance point will be this previous monthly open at 90,300. You can see that this was really hard to break just recently, last week. So I definitely want to break that. The next one is this 100, or excuse me, 91, 100 area right here. where we have this big liquidity wick, and then we have these wicks right there. Okay, that's the next one. I still probably won't short here unless we go up, turn that into a wick, and then retrace and dump. If we break structure on this downward move, then I would short. But I don't really like that yet, guys. I'm looking for higher. Um, I'm actually looking for right here, 93,489 area. So what I'm looking for is something like that. Okay? This is what I'm looking for. Why? Because all this liquidity down here and down here got swept. So to me, there's no reason to get lower yet unless we're really going to like come down and break a lot of these lows. Like at least break these wicks. So at least 83.5. And if that doesn't hold, below 80. But I don't see that for now. It doesn't make sense to me because we just took all this. Why would we need to go down and take even more? Can it happen? Sure, but probability wise, it doesn't make sense for me. Why up here? Well, it's the weekly open. It's actually, that's last week's weekly open, is it? Let me check. I want to make sure I have the right data here. Yeah, let's change that. It's always good to mark these, and when it's even like the next week after, keep it on your chart because it's relevant. So there we go. Okay, so previous weekly open and previous yearly open. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know how important that previous yearly open was. Like such a big resistance zone, this whole area in December. So I think this is going to be a heavy resistance zone. Not to mention our favorite golden pocket. Look at that. It's like the market makers know exactly where to stop price to make sure that the golden pocket matches all this other stuff. It's pretty amazing how that always plans out. But yeah, and then one thing I haven't looked at, let's take a look together. Some volume. So this is positive. See, we flipped back above this point of control. And then we actually have the value area high around that inverse TR pocket. Could be some resistance there. But for me, I don't want to short until up here. Now, where would price go from this short position? I think at minimum, it would come to the reverse TR pocket, or excuse me, reverse golden pocket, right? So something like that, and then higher. Possible. But if this zone breaks, then I think this would be the big one to 75. If I had to guess, probability wise, I would say it just comes here and then we go to like 107. That's my best guess right now based on what I'm seeing. And that factors in that this whole way down, we had crazy market selling, but really bullish limit order buying, which created a huge CVD divergence. So I do think that big players are long, and I think they are looking for price to go up. Short term, I'm not sure if this is the short term top, but wherever this kind of tops out at, let's say it goes a little bit higher like this and then comes down. I think if you draw your golden pocket from here or wherever it tops, maybe it's here, I think that price can come down into it, which by the way, I didn't even know that before the video, this is that huge volume node right there, which matches that golden pocket. I think you're safe if you take a long around this zone and look for higher. And I would toss my stop loss at this low. Because now what you have is you have a great entry where it can bounce off the golden pocket directly, or it can bounce off the point of control, or it can bounce off the 786, or it can bounce off the yearly open. So you have like a ton of stacked confluences all in this area where price can reverse. Now, could we just keep going up now like that? Sure. But as we know with these FOMC meetings, there's usually a lot of volatility. And I definitely can see just like a quick, maybe not like that, maybe like this, a quick move down and then up. So if you're in any longs, I think this area is your stop loss. And if we break this area, unless it's a crazy wick like that, I think if this area breaks, we go lower. But again, everything is telling me that, we finally broke out of this range. You can see that's 4-hour candle close out of this range. Maybe we come down and retest, but ultimately the draw is higher. And hopefully by the end of this week, we can hit this first area of interest. But yeah, guys, it's late over here. I really just wanted to get this update out before FOMC so everyone has a good understanding of the chart. Follow on Telegram for the most up-to-date charts, because if we do come down here, I'll post how the CVD looks, and maybe I'll even signal it. So make sure you're in for that. Like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.